Yeah, bliss and power, bliss and power. Every minute, every hour. I just wanted to go ahead and just cut the camera on. Because I kind of didn't want to film, but I was like, let me go ahead and put some good vibes out, some good energy out. It's I think that ought to work. Yeah. Bliss and power to your world. Hope everything's going well with you. Hope healing is taking place and successes are consistently finding, consistently advancing your path, and doors are opening, and relationships are being made and healed that need to be, and the ones that are being released that need to be is also happening in the most peaceful way. Bliss and power is AnkhBishop Gangus Quan on the scene, showing love. Just kind of waking up, get my day going, and I just wanted to send some bliss into the world. Today feels kind of awkward a little bit for some reason. I know we had like a full moon last night, I believe. So I think I ate a little while before I went to rest. So gratefully, it's important to have. It's important to clear your body out so that you can clear your mind. And your body does it naturally, but if it doesn't, you need to take the time to go on those cleanses so that you can really release a lot of baggage and a lot of stored toxic thoughts. Essentially, is what it boils down into being. Because it's amazing how many times I felt such a relief in my mind by just having movements from my bowel region. Trying to be as politically correct. But it's important to know that correlation there. If you find yourself in a state where you're in a mental rut, and you've been in that space for an extended period of time, it may be time for you to go through and do a detox and flush your system out, clean your system out, and regenerate your system with the proper minerals. And I'm not obviously a physician or any type of medical practitioner or under any types of oaths. I'm just speaking from personal experience and just talking entertainment purposes. But I find it to be a great correlation from moving my body and really being able to clear my mind and free my mind up, and being able to elevate and regenerate my state. And that's very important because your mental state is really what dictates your entire experience. And it's something that you could be mindful of from moment to moment, and should be. But these moments lead up to you know vibes in states of beingness, that the vibe is what it describes. What's what the term vibe is describing. This beingness that surrounds you, and this is very much dictated by what people are choosing to think of throughout their days and what they're devoting their time and attention to. So being able to have the best thoughts and the best intentions very much is in correlation with what you feel in the body with, and if you have things in your body that need to be removed and it's not being removed, then that's not pleasant. That's not pleasant, nor will your mind react in that way of feeding you pleasant thoughts. That's not what's going to come to mind. You know, and it's just amazing. How heavy, how weighted you can feel just by having a certain type of meal or eating certain types of snacks. I had some peanuts, and I think those peanuts, they really really just weighed on me. And I like peanuts. It's nothing wrong with peanuts, but I think just the quantity that I had and the type that I had, I think the quality that I had as well, I think played a part in why. And I noticed that when I ate those peanuts before, but they're feeling and delicious. So sometimes it's hard to refute, but that'll probably be the last time I eat those. But I wanted to, like I said, just send love into your world, send bliss into your world, and hope that everything's going well with you. Uh, you know, it's an extraordinary experience of life. Very much the quality of life is determined by the quality of relationships that you have and the types of relationships that you have. The quality of medium that is exchanged. Um, that's really what identifies the type of relationship that it is, and it's just important to be mindful of of the types of people that you create relationships with. But I wanted to make this talk about this one of the last talks about the show Dragon Ball Z. It was an amazing few episodes here. I'm in season 6 now, and it was an extraordinary turn of events that took place. But there's a principle I wanted to highlight in the main character Goku, and it's pretty incredible that they demonstrate this, and we see it in many heroes, and it's really a trait that identifies heroism to its fullness. It's not only about making sure that the day is saved. It's about making decisions that are in the best benefit of all involved. And it got to a point in their battle with this character named Cell, who came from the future. I believe I spoke on him before in the previous talk. He came from the future to become the strongest being in the universe, and to do that, he had to really absorb the energy of other beings. And there were particular beings that he needed to absorb so that he could develop to his highest potential. All the other beings were there to just fuel him and grow his body. But there were particular beings that were embedded in his programming that he needed to absorb so that he could develop to his supreme state. That's a very important principle by itself. I think it very much reflects the principle of mentorship in our lives. It's very important that we find proper modeling and mentorship to pattern ourselves, not to mimic, but to pattern ourselves, and then to formulate in our own way, create our own twist to it, so that we develop into the best versions of ourselves. It's a very common practice amongst those who have become successful and fulfilled in various ways. They all mention this pattern of mentorship and how important that mentor is. Although it's demonstrated in a different way in this villain character sense, it's also what it could be representing. But going back to the main character, Goku, he was faced with an important decision throughout the battle, and then this decision was a decision above all decisions, and it's something that you have to give the utmost and the highest respect to when a choice like that is made, because you're literally sacrificing yourself. So the issue is, they were defeating Cell. They had trained in this hyperbolic chamber to where one 24-hour period in this chamber equated to 365 Earth days. So they had 9 days to train for this next phase of the fight. the whole crew. I think it's like 7 of them, and they were going to take turns in this chamber to train. They train, get out. Goku and his son, they train together. They get out. They go and fight Cell. Goku realizes once he gets out the chamber that he's still not strong enough to be able to defeat Cell. He spends time with his family, then he goes and fights Cell with the rest of the tribe. Make a long story short, shortcuts. During the fight, they go back and forth. He eventually gets to a point where he says, you know what? I concede. I know that I've lost. The people deserve a winner to be declared. I lost to you. I'm going to bring up the next fighter. The next fighter is somebody of my choosing. Essentially, he chooses his son. To his son's shock and awe, his son is a child at this point. He's been a child the entire time, of course. And he's been fighting amongst these grown martial arts masters of various sorts from various planets. And he's been holding his own. And sometimes he's been actually the one making the biggest difference and saving the day. So now at this point, this is a battle that, well, it's at this point of the battle, it's a contest now because of what Cell has declared. And he wants his son to be the next contestant in this contest for the entire, well, for the Earth in particular, but then whoever wins the Earth is probably going to be the strongest person in the universe. So he chooses his child's son to fight, and he realizes that his son has a certain type of, through various examples, and they go back and they replay memories of examples of when Gohan showcased this extraordinary ability to tap into a rage focus that allows him to be undefeatable. He becomes unconquerable. But it only comes out when it's forced to. He doesn't know how to control it yet or even really draw it out when he desires to. But Goku realizes that in his last training, that it's there. It's just as powerful as it was, that reserve, and it's even more powerful now. It's just time for him to tap into it, and there's no other time than now. And he's been primed for it, especially in their training. Goku is one of the strongest people in the universe already. He just went into a chamber and trained with his dad for a whole year, one-on-one. So he knows that his son is ready. Nobody believes him when he decides to make this choice. They're all in shock and awe. His friends are actually kind of, cussing him out and telling him how foolish he has become and how he must have hit his head because this is a ridiculous decision to make. But this is Goku, and this is his son. So he knows his son, and he knows his son is ready, and he has the capacity to get the job done. So to make a long story short, they fight. They go back and forth. He ends up beating Cell. Cell comes back together, and he kind of plays with Cell at one point where he could have destroyed him, and then he allows him to regenerate. So after he defeats Cell, but then Cell comes back, Cell gets to a point where he grows into he becomes even more powerful, and now he's been hurt, so now he doesn't have the full power to be able to really defeat Cell on his own. So Cell enacts a bomb, and he's about to destroy the entire Earth with this bomb because he gets to a point in the battle where he realizes he's about to lose. So now this is his last resort. He's going to self-destruct and blow everything up. So Goku, not in the battle anymore, realizes that this is a code red. His son can't defeat Cell, and Cell is about to blow everything up. So he decides to use his power and intervene in the fight, and decides to transport Cell at the last moment out of the Earth and out into space. And actually, he goes to another planet, a planet that he trained on that's outside of Earth. And then Cell blows up and blows that planet up and blows everything up and kills kills Goku and everything else. Cell kills himself and the planet and everybody on that planet as well. So now, in this show there of Dragon Ball Z, there are dragons, and dragons can be evoked whenever you collect all of the 7 Dragon Balls. You collect all 7 Dragon Balls, you can make a wish, or you can make sometimes up to 3 wishes that I've seen so far, depending on the type of dragon that has been evoked. Because each planet has its own types of, each planet or each type of Dragon Ball, I'll say, set that has been created has its own dragon, and that dragon has its own types of powers. So they decide to evoke the dragon. They decide to collect all the Dragon Balls and evoke the dragon. So now they can bring everybody back that was destroyed by Cell and repair the planet. And then they also want to use, with this dragon, they have 2 wishes. They also want to bring back Goku. And this is when the lesson comes in. So they got all the Dragon Balls. They brought the dragon out. They're making their wish. They made the first wish. They brought everybody back that was destroyed by Cell. Second wish, they want to bring Goku back. Goku, with the help of a mediator, talks to the entire crew telepathically, and he lets them know that, hey, he's present. He can hear everything that's going on. He understands what's going on, and he knows he's about to wish them back. He knows that they are about to wish him Goku back. Goku says he's noticed a pattern. He realized that first he was born from another planet. He's of the Saiyan race from the planet Vegeta, and he was sent to Earth to grow up and destroy the Earth. Well, not even grow up and destroy the Earth. He was strong enough as a baby to destroy the Earth based on his ability to transform into this being when the moon is full. All the Saiyans have this ability, unless they lose their tail. But if they have their tail whenever the moon is full, they stare at the moon, they can transform into this monster, and this monster is an incredibly destructive force. So he could have taken 2 or 3 of them, couldn't take over most planets, but that one could have taken over this Earth in their series. So he was sent to Earth as a weapon, sent to destroy the Earth, but he ended up having brain damage after the crash of his spacecraft when he was a child. So he didn't remember that mission, and he was adopted. And he was adopted by a martial arts master, I believe. So he was trained in the way of righteousness and good and sincerity and integrity. So that's how he's lived his life. But he said he realized that his original formula, his inner being and his intention to even be sent to this place was to destroy it. And even though that he has become somebody different, that original intention is still in his beingness, is still in his aura, because now he also attracts beings that want to destroy the Earth. Even though he has changed, he is attracting beings over and over again that want to destroy the Earth. Some of them he's helped transform into beings of righteousness and beings of just cause, like Piccolo and Vegeta, truth be told. These are 2 characters who have villainous natures. They both wanted to destroy the Earth at various times. And they both were transformed by the opportunity for the main character Goku to show care, him showcasing that care, and them in their own way receiving it. Vegeta never really publicly admitted, but he's fighting along with them. He's fighting to defend the Earth. And Piccolo is as well, for sure. I mean, he trained Goku, the main character's son. So this has happened because of Goku's care. So now he's in a position to be wished back to life because he just sacrificed his life, excuse me, to help save the Earth. His friends now have the power to wish him back. And he is intervening and saying that he doesn't want to be wished back because he's come to a realization that his original intention was to destroy the Earth. And although that has changed, he is still attracting beings that want to destroy the Earth. He does not want to put his family in harm's way. He doesn't want to put the Earth in harm's way. So he's making a decision to not be incarnated into the earth, not be brought back to life on earth. So imagine the magnitude of that decision and understanding and weighing with that. That's such a magnitude of power, and power demonstrated through love, real actual care. And it's not the fact that all care needs to be something of self-sacrifice, but most care is demonstrated through action. So action typically is through a form, action is a form of service. It is serving when action is done for the benefit of someone else. That is serving. So real care comes through serving, and that's what love is, and that's what he demonstrated through that action. And it was really a deep moment, because you realize that he's letting go of his entire life. He's letting go of the opportunity to watch his son grow in the physical and grow with his son and be there with his family, be there with his beautiful wife, and enjoy all of his friends and his community that he's created. He's saying that in order to preserve that and to preserve those people, I'm willing to take a leave of absence. Now, I don't know if that'll change in future episodes. He may change his mind. But just in that moment, to make that type of decision. I mean, now another wish can be made. And another wish was made. And it was something that benefited benefited his best friend, and somebody else, So, it was such a powerful, powerful lesson that can be expressed and showcased to people of all ages of the power of understanding situations and making a decision for the best benefit of everybody involved, even if that decision makes you uncomfortable for a time period. That is a righteous decision. And in fact, that may be the most righteous decision. And this is what demonstrates and allows an individual to develop this beingness of righteousness, because this being consistently makes decisions that are for the best benefit of everybody involved, even when nobody else is looking and nobody else knows about that decision, and even when it may be adverse to their comforts or adverse to their pleasantries for a season or for indefinitely, who knows, but that level of decision being made is what really cultivates a superior being. And I feel like that should be a goal that we all strive for, in our own ways, shapes, and forms. Everybody doesn't have to do everything. Everybody doesn't have to try to save the world, but at least try to. But I think it's of our responsibility, and it should be of our desire to want to make the world around us the best that we can make it. And these are the types of actions, these are the types of models that we use to understand those principles, because you may run into situations in life and phases in life where you may not have that energy and desire to want to put yourself in that position or allow yourself to be placed in that position, but it's important that those of us who are called to be angels, those of us who are called to be royalty and have the capacity to serve in various ways, we understand that we set the standard and we set the bars. We set the bar by making movements like these, and it always comes back full circle, because we always receive the best rewards and the best harvest and the best experiences for making those sorts of difficult decisions. And somebody's got to do it, so why not make it us? Why not choose for it to be us and elect to do it on our own accord? when the opportunity presents itself. And it's not always for us to do it, so that's important to realize too. It's not always for you, that's where discernment comes in. And that's a key that you, I'm sure, have developed or will develop, one of the two. But if you're listening to me talk, then I'm sure you have some magnitude of adepthood there to bear with this type of conversation and find it interesting. And not that I'm not interested, in just that this is, more of a talk, not less about entertaining and more about sharing principles of life. I feel blessed to be able to share any type of principle of life in some sort of capacity. So I wanted to take the time and just drop some gems and drop some game and share some love and share some care and light. And let you know that I'm a king and a brother that understands, and I'm with you. And if you ever need someone to talk to, or someone to break bread with, or someone to just listen to your story, you can always reach out to me. You can talk to me in the comments or message me on YouTube or find me on Facebook. .com/the Quan Walker. So you can always reach out. I'm always available to break bread and show love and give solace to hearts that need solace, and also to help celebrate those that deserve the celebration. Sometimes you need people to celebrate with, and you feel like other people have things going on in their life, and you can't even share things with them. You have extraordinary things happening to you. You can't share with people around you because they may not have those things going on. They may not be in that state to even want to hear that. Sometimes you'll be ridiculed or even punished because you have great things going on and you chose to share it at the wrong time with somebody who doesn't. So once again, reach out. I'll be honored to celebrate with you and herald your achievements and your accomplishments, because they deserve to be celebrated. You deserve to be celebrated. You're a major event. You're a once in a lifetime experience. Real life, real deal, live and in color. So I thank you, deity, whoever you may be, for breaking bread, spending time with me, allowing me to share some of my story with you, and hopefully plant some seeds and reinforce some structure and foundation of spiritual grounding that makes you a stronger being and a better being than you were before you listen to this. I appreciate your time and attention. I cherish you. I love you. I honor you. Thank you for being who you are. I speak blessings into your world. I speak healing into your world. I speak accomplishment into your world. I speak joy into your world. I speak peace into your world. I speak harmony into your world. Thank you, Supreme Being. Thank you, Grand Architect. Thank you, Divine Mother, for this opportunity to share and break bread with the brethren, to share and break bread with the loved ones, to share and break bread with the world family. I thank you for your healing. I thank you for the love. I thank you for the opportunity to grow. I thank you for the doors that you continue to open. I thank you for releasing those things that were holding me down, holding us back, keeping us from the best versions of ourselves. I thank you for removing those emotional hindrances and those mental hindrances that are keeping us from achieving our highest potential, that are keeping us that are jarring up those rivers of currency. We thank you for opening up the floodgates and allowing currency and abundance and opulence to envelop our world, and allowing us to continue to find new miracles of providence to be able to share, because this is our world, this is our reality. We thank you, Supreme Being. I thank you for your time. I send bliss and power to you. Give into the grit. It's the AnkhBishop Gangus Quan, Cathedral of Quantum Dissolution. Show love.